Hi, thanks for watching BibleMountain.com. In this video we're going to read from Exodus 26 and learn that God deserves hard work. In our culture, we're willing to work hard at our jobs and sports and our hobbies, but we're not very willing to work hard at studying the Bible and serving Jesus. In Exodus 26, we see the Israelites put forth a lot of hard work to build the tabernacle, set it up, tear it down, and carry it through the wilderness. It was appropriate for them to do that because Yahweh deserved it, and He's worth it. But that means we Christians need to consider that we should put forth more time and effort studying the Bible and serving Jesus because Jesus deserves it and He is worth it. So let's take a look at this. Let's read in Exodus 26. The context of this is God has the Israelites at Mount Sinai. He is giving them the Mosaic law. These verses are from a section where God is telling the Israelites to build a tabernacle. As we go through this, think about the time and effort and work it took to build these materials, set them up, tear them down, and carry them through the wilderness. Let's start reading at verse 1. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twisted linen and blue and purple and scarlet material. You shall make them with cherubim, the work of a skillful workman. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains shall have the same measurements. Notice there were supposed to be 10 curtains. The length of each was 28 cubits. That would have been about 42 feet. The width was about 6 feet. So each of these curtains was fairly big. It would have been fairly heavy, and there were 10 of them. Verse 3. 5 curtains shall be joined to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be joined to one another. You shall make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set, and likewise you shall make them on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 loops in the one curtain, and you shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is in the second set. The loops shall be opposite each other. You shall make 50 clasps of gold, and join the curtains to one another with the clasps, so that the tabernacle will be a unit. They were also supposed to make 50 clasps, so that was 50 clasps that had to be put into the tabernacle when they were setting it up, and 50 clasps that had to be taken out of the tabernacle when they were taking it down, and then also 50 items that had to be carried through the wilderness. Verse 7. Then you shall make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. You shall make 11 curtains in all. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. The 11 curtains shall have the same measurements. Here they were told to make a curtain of goat's hair. Notice the word over. The purpose of the curtain of goat's hair was to put over the tabernacle. There were 11 of these. They were about 45 feet long, 6 feet wide. So again, each one was fairly big, fairly heavy. It would have been difficult to maneuver and also a lot of weight to carry through the wilderness. Verse 9. You shall join 5 curtains by themselves and the other 6 curtains by themselves, and you shall double over the 6th curtain at the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the first set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 clasps of bronze, and you shall put the clasps into the loops and join the tent together so that it will be a unit. Here we see there were 50 more clasps that had to be made and put into the tabernacle, take out of the tabernacle when they tore it down, and then carried through the wilderness. Verse 12. The overlapping part that is left over in the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that is left over, shall lap over the back of the tabernacle. The cubit on one side and the cubit on the other of what is left over in the length of the curtains of the tent shall lap over the sides of the tabernacle on one side and on the other to cover it. You shall make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of porpoise skins above. Notice there was a covering of ram skins dyed red. The covering of goat skin was the first covering, and then on top of that was this covering made of ram skins, and then on top of that was a covering of porpoise skins. So there was 3 coverings for this tabernacle. And again, it took a lot of time and skill to make them. There was a lot of material that had to be moved to set up the tabernacle, to tear it down, and then all these pieces and weight had to be carried through the wilderness. Verse 15. Then you shall make the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood, standing upright. 10 cubits shall be the length of each board, and 1.5 cubits the width of each board. Here we're told about the boards that would form the sides of the tabernacle. They were about 15 feet long and about 2 feet wide, so they were big, heavy boards. Verse 17. There shall be 2 tenons for each board, fitted to one another. Thus you shall do for all the boards of the tabernacle. You shall make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side. You shall make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 boards and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. For the rear of the tabernacle, to the west, you shall make 6 boards. So here we see there were 20 boards on the south side, 20 boards on the north side, and 6 boards at the rear of the tabernacle. So again, these were a lot of heavy boards that had to be made, and then it took multiple men to maneuver these boards to set them up, and then tear them down, and then carry them through the wilderness. Verse 23. You shall make 2 boards for the corners of the tabernacle at the rear. They shall be double beneath, and together they shall be complete to its top to the first ring, thus it shall be with both of them. They shall form the 2 corners. There shall be 8 boards with their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. Then you shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards of one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the rear side to the west. The middle bar in the center of the board shall pass through from end to end. You shall overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold as holders for the bars. And you shall overlay the bars with gold. Then you shall erect the tabernacle according to its plan which you have been shown in the mountain. In this section they were told to make bars, and the purpose of the bars was to hold the boards together when they set up the tabernacle. So again, in our culture, we're willing to work hard at our jobs and sports and hobbies, but we're not very willing to work hard at studying the Bible, learning about God, learning about Jesus, and serving Jesus. In Exodus 26, we see the Israelites put forth a lot of hard work to build the tabernacle, set it up, tear it down, and carry it through the wilderness. It was appropriate for them to do that because Yahweh deserves it and He is worth it. But that means we Christians need to consider that we should put forth a lot more time and effort to study the Bible, learn about God, learn about Jesus, because Jesus deserves it and Jesus is worth it. If you haven't already joined my email list, please do so. First of all, it is free. By signing up, you'll get immediate access to all my free content. It'll be delivered right to your email inbox. This is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free content. In order to sign up, go to BibleMountain.com, click on follow, and there will be a place to enter your email address. Once again, thank you for watching BibleMountain.com.